You see, for an individual to be enthusiastic, there is a certain amount of newness that they must experience. Sometimes we get caught up doing the same old routine, day in and day out. We need to break out. We need to try new experiences. Try to speak a new foreign language. Learn an instrument. Read a new book, a new genre. Try to develop a new talent. When you drive somewhere, don't drive the same way every single time. Go down a different street you've never been down before. Even better, drive your vehicle to a different area or neighborhood, and then get out of your vehicle and walk around the block. You'll see things you've never seen before. You'll meet people you've never known before. You will challenge your brain. It's good to do things you've never done before. Welcome to Music, Motivation, and More, the Positivity Podcast. I am your host, Jerald Simon. I am the founder of Music Motivation and the creator of the Cool Songs Club. Today's podcast is titled, Enthusiasm Begets Enthusiasm. Now, what do I mean by that? Enthusiasm begets enthusiasm. Have you ever been around an individual who seems as if they are the life of the party? They are filled with excitement and enthusiasm. They are beaming and bursting with happiness. Sometimes, if we think of the color code for personalities, we might think of this person as a yellow personality. They are the life of the party. They always want to have fun. They always want to be up and doing. They see a situation and they try to find the best in that situation. These are the extroverts. Individuals that are not afraid to go up and talk to strangers, introduce themselves, and even become friends with complete strangers in a matter of minutes. You see, enthusiasm begets enthusiasm. Think of it like a ripple of smiles. If you walk into a room and you smile at someone, they generally smile back. Smiling is the universal language. It transcends all languages, all countries' barriers. You do not need to speak the language of that country. But if you smile, that smile transcends all cultures, languages, diversities. It's a bridge. It bridges the gap. Being positive and upbeat, being happy. That is how enthusiasm begets enthusiasm. Now, the same could be said about negativity. When one person is angry and frustrated or sad, their darkened mood brings everyone else's mood down a few notches. And instantly what happens is, though you may have been positive and upbeat and excited about your day, if someone else shares bad news, or if someone else complains, or gripes, or whines, or says something that is negative, instantly your spirit recoils. Your positive personality has been plagued by poison, and instantly you become affected. And that has a negative effect on your thoughts, on your words, your actions. See, enthusiasm begets enthusiasm because when we are upbeat and positive, others around us, even if they are depressed or if they are feeling low, a bit of that light, a bit of that happiness, a bit of that hope will rub off on the individual. See, if you are sitting in darkness, in a darkened room or a darkened forest, all alone, and you let the darkness sink in, that is when the darkness can overtake your thoughts. It can overtake your emotions. But if someone brings light into your darkened room, instantly you can look around. You can see clearly. Sometimes, for the first time, you can look around and you can see that you are surrounded by others who have also been caught up in the darkness. That light that is brought in, it can be hope. It can be positivity. It can be inspiration. That light, it illuminates our minds. It fills us with a sense of purpose. It helps us think more clearly because we see more clearly. Enthusiasm begets enthusiasm. Genuine enthusiasm is enviable and enjoyable for the person who possesses enthusiasm and everyone else who interacts with the individual. Enthusiasm is something that can be spread to others, but it is something that must be nourished. To start off with, for our positive perceptions portion of this podcast, I would like to read Enthusiasm Begets Enthusiasm. This is on page 28 of my book, Perceptions, Parables, and Pointers. This is what it says. Enthusiasm begets enthusiasm. It is contagious. It is the key to every success. Men and women are strengthened when they have it, weakened when they lack it, win with it, and fail without it. For the Motivation in a Minute portion of this podcast, I would like to read on page 169 from my book, Perceptions, Parables, and Pointers. This is a quote by Papyrus. It says this: "Enthusiasm must be nourished with new actions, new aspirations, new efforts, new vision. It is one's own fault if his enthusiasm is gone. He has failed to feed it." Now, what does that mean? Enthusiasm must be nourished with new actions, new aspirations, new efforts, and new vision. You see, for an individual to be enthusiastic, there is a certain amount of newness that they must experience. Sometimes we get caught up doing the same old routine, day in and day out. We need to break out. We need to try new experiences. Try to speak a new foreign language. Learn an instrument. Read a new book, a new genre. Try to develop a new talent. When you drive somewhere, don't drive the same way every single time. Go down a different street you've never been down before. Even better, drive your vehicle to a different area or neighborhood, and then get out of your vehicle and walk around the block. You'll see things you've never seen before. You'll meet people you've never known before. You will challenge your brain. It's good to do things you've never done before because it brings a newness. If we are stuck doing the same old things we've done before, we will continue to experience the same experiences we have experienced. We will see the same people. We will read the same books. We won't be growing because we need new experiences in order for growth to take place. Now, that may mean we need new challenges. We need new problems that will help us create new solutions. We may need to meet new friends. We may need to read new books. We need to develop new talents. As we learn and grow, as we experience something new each and every day, it's as if we are reborn. There is a newness about us. We become new creatures. We become new individuals with new ideas. We develop new habits. Now, sometimes we're afraid to put ourselves out there because we fear rejection. We have a fear of the unknown. And as we do new things, there will be new problems and there will be possibly new fears. But we're learning, we're growing. If we will decide today to do something new each and every day that we've never done before, we will experience life and see life through new eyes. These new thoughts that we think will help us, that we will speak in a new way. We will act in a new way. And as we do something new that we've never done before, we will discover new truths about ourselves. Maybe we like something we've never thought we would like. Maybe we realize we don't like something new that we have tried, and that further cements in our minds how wonderful what we have discovered about ourselves already is. But we must continually discover and rediscover who we are. It's about becoming better today than we were yesterday. We have new ideas. We have new hope. We have a renewed belief in ourselves and in humanity. For the Music Within portion of this podcast, I would like to have us listen to my arrangement of Abide With Me, 'Tis Eventide. This is from my hymn album, Hymns of the Heart, featuring original hymn arrangements I've done for piano solo. Listen to this. Let me know what you think. For the Poetry That Motivates portion of this podcast, I would like to read Enthusiasm. This is a poem I wrote from my book, The As If Principle Motivational Poetry. Listen to this. Enthusiasm. Enthusiasm begets enthusiasm. It is contagious. It is the key to every success. Men are strengthened when they have it, weakened when they lack it, win with it, and fail without it. Men either live or die because of it. Enthusiasm. It is a very powerful word, enthusiasm. I see too many people who are less than enthusiastic about life. And sometimes we all need to take a step back. We need to think about what is going on in our lives, and we have experiences that humble us, that hurt us. Feelings that, at times, make us hopeless. But we are never helpless. Even if we feel hopeless, there is always hope. Even if we think we are helpless, there are so many people around us who can help us. They can help us stand up when we feel as if we cannot stand. They can help us learn something new even if we think we are unteachable or that we cannot learn. They can help us get our lives back together even if we feel that our lives have been torn apart. When we fall, when we trip, when we stumble, others can help pick us up. So we are never helpless. We are never truly hopeless. Even if we feel we are, there are those around us who can help us. They can see the best within us, even if we cannot see the best within ourselves. Part of bringing out that best within us is about being enthusiastic about everything we do. It doesn't matter what we do. We can be enthusiastic about life. We can be enthusiastic about school. We can be enthusiastic about work. We can be enthusiastic about knowledge. We can be enthusiastic about talents, learning how to draw or paint, learning how to play an instrument, learning how to play a sport. See, enthusiasm is about finding purpose in life. If we want to have a purpose-driven determination, then we must determine to find out what our purpose in life is, where we want to go, why we want to wake up each morning and do what we need to do. Enthusiasm begets enthusiasm. Others can see our enthusiasm, and they can be inspired. We can inspire others with our enthusiasm. Take it one day at a time, day by day. Thanks for listening. Hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day. Have a great rest of your week. Be enthusiastic in everything you do. Thanks for listening. See you guys. Bye. Subscribe to Music, Motivation, and More, the Positivity Podcast with Jerald Simon, to receive updates about each new weekly podcast. Every Monday, a new podcast is released to help motivate and inspire individuals to learn, to grow, to do, to be, and become the very best they can become. These are all motivational messages that inspire men and women of all ages to do and be their best, to set goals, to work on improving who they are and who they would like to become. Thank you again for listening. Connect with us on social media to become part of the conversation as we all work together to motivate each other to do and be our best. Thanks for listening to Music, Motivation, and More, the Positivity Podcast. I am your host, Jerald Simon, and I'm grateful to have you listen to this podcast. Every Monday we come out with a brand new podcast, and you can listen to it on any of the podcast streaming sites available. Just search for Music, Motivation, and More, the Positivity Podcast with Jerald Simon. Any of the music that I've shared in these podcasts you can listen to. All of my music is available on Spotify, Pandora, iTunes, Amazon, and any streaming site available. You can also check out my music books at musicmotivation.com, and you can find my poetry, self-help, and motivational books available from Amazon.com, from Barnes & Noble, and from all different online shops and stores. If you have any questions about the music that I create through my company Music Motivation, you can learn more at musicmotivation.com, and you can visit my website coolsongsclub.com to learn more about how I create fun, cool piano music that helps motivate piano students to want to play the piano the fun way, especially during their teenage years. I'd love to have you check that out. But thank you again for listening. Please feel free to connect with me on any of the social media sites out there. You can watch my YouTube videos on youtube.com/Jerald Simon. You can connect with me on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, LinkedIn, and all social media sites at Jerald Simon. Thanks again for listening. Until next time, keep up the great work and have fun. See you guys. Bye.